It's one of the toughest things to admit, even to yourself. It's not just about finishing too soon. The real, gut-wrenching problem is that feeling of having zero control. Yeah, that's it, right there. You're no longer a participant. You're just a spectator, watching your own body let you down, completely powerless to stop it. And all while someone you care about is right there with you. And just like that, what should be a moment of connection becomes this frantic, silent race against a clock inside your own head. The intimacy just vanishes, and all that's left is this thick, quiet pressure. And then comes the fallout, the embarrassment, the second guessing. It plants this little seed of dread for the next time, creating a loop of anxiety that just feeds on itself and completely eats away at your confidence. Look, it's easy to try and brush it off, right? Call it nerves or blame it on stress. But for anyone who's actually living this, you know it's not some small thing. It's a very real wall that stands right in the way of your self-esteem. So if we're going to break out of this trap, the very first step is to get what's actually going on from a medical perspective. This isn't some flaw in who you are. It's a physical response. Urologists are really clear about this. It is a neurobiological reflex. What does that mean? It means the signal from your brain to your body is firing way too fast, kind of like a short circuit. If you're consistently finishing in under, say, 1 to 3 minutes, and you feel totally powerless to slow it down, well, that's the clinical definition. The main thing to get here is that this is physical, not a personal failure. And this is exactly why most of the common advice out there is so frustratingly useless. Think about baseball? Really? Or those numbing creams that just kill the sensation for both of you? These are just Band-Aids. They do absolutely nothing to fix the root cause, which is a physical reflex that needs to be retrained. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How in the world do you take control of something that feels like it's not even your decision? Well, this exact challenge has led experts to develop some really structured ways to retrain that reflex. One of the most solid systems is what's known as a neuromuscular control protocol. You can think of it as a step-by-step roadmap to taking back the controls. Now, one thing to be totally clear on, this isn't some magic pill. This approach starts by admitting your body has learned a habit, a rapid-fire response. A protocol like this is basically a guided training system designed to help you unlearn that old reflex and replace it with a new skill, actual conscious control. So, how does it actually work? It's really a 3-step process. First up is mapping. This is where you learn to pinpoint your body's specific signals, those subtle feelings that happen right before the point of no return. Honestly, for a lot of guys, this is the part they've been missing. The second step is training. This means doing specific exercises to strengthen and, this is just as important, relax your pelvic floor muscles whenever you want. You're building that mind-muscle connection. And finally, step 3 is all about internalization. With practice, this new conscious control becomes your default setting, your new automatic reflex. And that really is the key. This whole method is about building a permanent skill. It's not something you have to keep buying or reapplying. Okay, so how does this stack up against other options? Let's talk about the typical route, medication, like SSRIs. Yeah, they can work, but usually only as long as you're taking them. The moment you stop the pill, the problem often comes right back. That creates dependency, not to mention the side effects, fatigue, or even a lower sex drive, which is the exact opposite of what you want. This kind of protocol is different. It's not a temporary fix, it's a skill that once you learn it is yours forever. And the benefits? They go way beyond just a number on a stopwatch. I mean, imagine getting rid of that constant background fear of being intimate. Imagine actually being able to focus on pleasure for you and your partner instead of just performance. That confidence you get back in the bedroom, it has a funny way of spilling over into every other part of your life. People who go through this kind of training don't just talk about lasting longer. They talk about a deeper, more connected intimacy. So here's what it comes down to. You can keep trying the temporary fixes and just hoping for the best, or you can decide right now to build a permanent solution. The ability to change this is 100% in your hands. But let's be real, this isn't a miracle. It takes consistency. You have to follow the steps and understand that you're learning a real physical skill. The protocol gives you the tools, but you're the one who has to pick them up and use them. So you just have to ask yourself one question. Are you really ready to finally put an end to this cycle of anxiety and disappointment? The chance to take that control back is right here, right now. The link in the description will give you immediate access to the entire protocol.